No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Basically, what I've brought together today is two friends of mine who have been on the outs for about 8 years. And you guys don't know them, but I'm pretty confident that their combined personalities will entertain you and that you will appreciate seeing this all get worked out on camera. This man right here, the towering brute, goes by the name of Bizzle. Known him since, I guess, the early aughts, maybe like 2013, 14, that time period. And Catfish is really a long-time presence in the BMX community, announcer, one-time pro rider, does all kinds of crazy stuff. And I've known him for a little bit longer. But you guys were friends at a period of time, and then things didn't work out. Let's put it like that, just to give people a general overview of where we're at. So I guess I'm just going to toss the mic to Bizzle first, and I'm just going to say, Bizzle, what's at the top of your mind when you see Catfish?
Really what's been on the top of my mind for almost a decade now. I just want to take these hands and strangle them, pretty much.
You seem a little worked up.
Oh, dude, I'm over here shaking. I am not happy with this guy. I mean, we're best friends.
Tell your story.
If you had to sum it up, what would you say is the major?
Let's start at the beginning. Let him tell a story. I know you, Adam, for a long time, and I know that you thrive on chaos, especially in this situation, given the last year or so.
Right.
So I'm coming here not trying to end up fighting. I don't want that. I want to hopefully, and I'm not saying that I'm going to be friends with you, Bizzle, but I want to put it all out there. You can tell your whole story. We can tell the story because there's a lot of things that the people can relate to that we can talk about. Things like mental health, things like substance abuse, things like, there's a lot of things that we can cover.
Yeah.
This whole relationship
I agree.
based on.
I want to be civil.
And I want to be civil as well. I'm not going to be your friend after the end of this. And
Yeah.
let's get that out of the way
I
now.
I
where
know.
People say you make up and kiss and forgive and forget. Nah,
No
bro.
kissing.
Because there's so much disrespect involved in what we're talking about here. Talking about my dead homies that if something happened to me like what you did to some of them, I would want my friends to ride for me. And I don't even want to say their names because I don't even want to bring their names up.
Yeah.
To make it about this, but there are definitely issues. Or if we bring their names up, please take the names out, Adam. But we could get into this, and that's one of the big driving forces behind some of the shit that you've done. But I'm gonna let you tell your story first. Like, let's be civil. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. Well, I don't even remember what year it was. I feel like it was somewhere around 2015 or 16.
No, let's talk about the beginning. How you got into BMX?
Okay. Well, that's actually pretty cool.
You don't have to go super long-winded on this.
Yeah, no, but it's a good story. So pretty much, I was in the group home, all that, got out, and I went to, like, I aged out the group home, so I'm 18 now, and I'm walking around Freedom, and there's a festival going on. It's called the Mum Fest, and at that festival, there's a stunt show, and at that stunt show, there's these BMX riders going ham, and each one of these BMX riders got like candy paint, like beautiful bikes. And I grew up on bikes before my parents gave me away and put me in the group home. I used to ride all the time, so I got naturally attracted to that. And then they thought I was funny. I offered my help with moving the ramps and all that stuff. And then they got into hearing me rap and sing. And they're like, hey, well, why don't you come to the state fair in a couple of weeks and you can rap at the state fair, like perform. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then it's just history from there.
So you just got into the BMX scene, basically.
Yeah.
And around when did you meet Catfish, or when did you guys first cross paths?
I remember it was a good night. It was a great time. It was at the King of the Animal House Jam that Dave Mirra threw in 2009. It was the craziest. Like, I haven't seen nearly as many competitions as this guy, but I've seen like some pretty gnarly competitions, and this was hands down my favorite competition I ever seen. He was announcing, had his lasers. Of course, he rapped, so everyone's like, you rap, he raps. Connected. We freestyled like for hours at the bar. It was a good time, and yeah.
And so then I feel like around, what was it, 2013 or so, the ride for Frankie Blue is
Well,
going to
I
be
think
an
you should-
important theme. in
Okay,
here.
yeah. So
Well,
that's,
what do you want
that's
to say
something
before
else. I mean, well, now I was just gonna say, like, talk about how it all came to be, like where we initially
Leading
met
up to
and
the ride?
leading up to that, because we didn't really start hanging out until California. When you moved out to California, I don't know when that was.
So this is when I was
2012.
living out there. Yeah, right. And so 2012, you guys started to spend more time around each other. And how
Yeah.
would you characterize the relationship?
It was fun. We had fun. He's a really good, talented rider. He's a piece of shit, but he's a really good, talented rider. Or excuse me, a talented rapper. He's got bars, and I got behind him when I was like looking, because this has been a big theme. Shout out to our group text that I think that's really focused, really pushed
The
us to
BMX
get this-
Illuminati.
The BMX Illuminati.
There's
It's
a
been there
group
for a
chat that
very
we've
long time.
had for well over 10 years at this point, and I remember the vibe in the group chat being very much like Catfish has a new crazy friend, and he's going to try to bring him around all the time. And it's just usual Catfish stuff. Is that Catfish will always
I have very
have some
interesting friends.
some new associate that he wants to bring around, and all of a sudden we're having this Bizzle guy shoved down our throat. And there was a lot of conversation about, like, okay, do we like this guy? What's this guy's deal? He's funny, but he also seems like he's out of his mind. And so that Catfish very much brought him into our world and made him a part of whatever
also,
we had going on.
And that's
at the time.
also, I mean, that's also a testament to BMX, because I think that really BMX is historic. It's so different to people outside our world that, like, if you see somebody that doesn't have money or they're a different ethnicity than you, it doesn't matter if they ride, like, you're gonna welcome them with opening arms. And that's
Right.
what happened with Bizzle, and then he ended up taking advantage of that goodness. And we're gonna talk about
How do you
that.
feel when he says that? Do you
Oh, dude,
before we
that's-
even get into the
that doesn't
details?
that doesn't anger me. I think that's funny. Like, it's so beyond the truth. Like, that's the stuff that makes me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys were still friends when
Best
Frankie
friends.
Blue passed away, right?
Best friends.
So
we were
it-
friends until 2 weeks after the ride started.
What was your relationship with Frankie Blue?
That's the most fair assessment. That's the most fair thing I've heard
I
come
got
out of your mouth.
Catfish is God tattooed on my foot. It's like 6-7 inches long, man. It's massive.
That this is the
You know-
this is the point in the
you know how
podcast
much
where
love
this is the
you
point in the
gotta
podcast where
have
everybody that's
somebody-
watching hits unclick. They X out the box
Why?
because he has Catfish's God tattooed on his foot.
No, I think that's very interesting.
That's love right
That
there.
adds
He
a
also
lot to
you
this.
also have Adam's first website.
The Come Up.
Oh, yeah,
Come
the
Up.
Come Up.
Legend.
Sponsored.
But so, okay, let me try to move this along the court here a little bit. There was a rider named Frankie Blue.
Yes.
That was from what, the North Carolina area?
North Carolina.
Greenville, North Carolina,
Right.
legend.
And he passed away,
Yes, motorcycle.
and you were very upset by this. How well did you know him?
How long did I know him?
Or how well did you know him?
Oh.
What was your relationship to him?
Man, when I lived in Greenville, I would wake up. I have really bad hangovers, so I wake up a little bit later than everyone else. But I'd wake up, and Frankie didn't even live in my house, but I would wake up and he would be there, So I would just start my day off like, oh, yeah, Frankie, So we all were a very tight-knit group. In Greenville, I mean, it was great. It was great. We had good times. We used to just go out on the college campus, ride all day. They introduced me to something. I was a little bit younger than them, so they were like kind of my mentors. They introduced me to something called bird watching. I didn't even know what a bird was back then. When you just go to the college campus and check out the birds.
That's some good old fashioned American fun right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I could do that anymore.
Nah,
but
me either.
Back then.
Back
definitely.
then, yeah.
Okay, and so then Frankie Blue passes away, and you decide that you're gonna do a cross country ride to commemorate him
On
Yeah.
a BMX bike.
Now,
on a BMX bike.
Now, first off, before he had done that, or before he had died, I'd already been considering this ride for at least a few years or more because I love Forrest Gump. Like Forrest Gump, like that is my jam. Like I love Forrest Gump. So I always kind of want to do the cross country, something. But I ain't no runner. Like I'll run if the police is coming, but that's about it. Like I ain't gonna go run for no reason, So I finally, at the time it just seemed right. It kind of fell into place. And also to mention, like Catfish was saying earlier, substance abuse. At the time, man, I was rampant on cocaine, like rampant. Like I was doing so much blow, and I was making good money selling weed, so like I could really afford it. And then alcohol, like I was out of my mind. Like I remember leading up to that point, there was a couple of months where I'm not even gonna lie, like I felt like I was a ghost, like I was just sleepwalking pretty much. and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, how to stop. All my friends were doing drugs. I didn't know what to do. I was like losing my mind over Frankie too. And I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about doing this ride. I just need to get out of here. I'm gonna go. And then that's when the plan like formulated. And then I just did it like 2 weeks later. I didn't really plan it. Like I just said, I'm gonna go. I need to go, and I went.
And you encountered
This is where things go
right,
south.
and you started to encounter a lot of like real difficulties with doing a cross country ride. You were getting flat tires constantly. I remember like you clearly didn't plan terribly
we set
well.
his bike up. We went to Epic.
Right, like you were
BMX,
getting your
and we
bike
set
put
his
together.
Bike up to put a bigger seat post on it, and
Right.
And I bought you dinner the night you left in Huntington Beach.
I bought you dinner. I bought you. No way, dog.
Okay, you bought me dinner.
I bought you sushi and I bought Biz sushi.
No, we ate at Gallagher's.
No, that was
out
before
Gallagher's.
the
Shout out to
ride.
Gallagher's.
Good spot.
That was before the ride.
Okay, you bought me dinner before the
No,
ride.
you didn't eat. I bought you a beer and I bought Biz a beer and I got him some food.
Okay, whatever he said.
I remember the scene on social media.
but
You
I
guys
do
all drinking
remember-
beers before you left.
And I
Yeah,
will
it's a
say
good
this,
time.
I fully supported him that night. That's
Yeah.
the last time that I've seen him.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I told him before he left is don't fuck this up because you've gotten thousands of dollars from BMX riders that are behind you. BMX because we
That's
used
not what you said.
our social media.
People donated.
to donated people that didn't know
How much? Couple
him.
grand?
In total, I think it was $1,800.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Reasonable amount of
eight-
sum to get you going there.
Right, but it's from
It wasn't to
BMX
get
riders
going,
that don't
that's
have
throughout the whole
money.
thing.
That they're supporting him because it's a BMX rider raising money for another BMX
But he was
rider.
raising money on the way as well. I'm just
Right.
saying that like $1,800
I raised no money beforehand.
because you were going to stay in a tent and stuff too. So
I
your
did,
expenses
yeah.
were very low.
And I bought all the tent and stuff myself. I
Right.
probably put $3,000 into it. I was on the road for 3 months and I put $1,000 of my own every month.
Okay. And so when would you say that things started to go awry? When did the Catfish?
With Catfish?
Well, yeah. Or I mean, I know there was tons of like flat tires
Yeah,
and you were
yeah.
just like getting fucked
with
over.
Catfish, I'd say 2 weeks in.
The 200-mile day, the day that you said you rode 200 miles in a day on a
Oh my
BMX bike.
God. Oh my God. That is not that complicated.
Okay, there we
If
go.
You grew up in New York.
Adam,
Right.
You
we
grew up
rode
in New
from
York.
Hollywood to Long Beach. It was 35
I
miles.
saw it
That was
was
crazy.
weak.
How long did that take
It
us?
was weak.
Probably like 7 hours.
Thank you.
Y'all were slow moving. I was hauling ass.
Even people on road bikes, I don't think normally can do like 200 miles. In
You
a
do
day.
I'm an
200 miles a day, but
experienced-
you're riding 15 or
I'm an
16
experienced
hours.
bike
Yeah.
messenger in New York City. Like, it ain't nothing to be out there and do 100, 150 miles in one day.
On a BMX
and where
bike.
I was in the country, it was like 6% downgrade for a good portion of it, at least like 30 miles. And then you got, not 6% downgrade, but you got more downgrade. It was a lot of downhill. A lot of downhill.
I just want to look in the camera and say
And
200 miles
it wasn't
on
200
a BMX bike in one
It
day.
wasn't 200. It was like 160 something.
I need this soundbite for TikTok.
It's possible. It doesn't really sound super likely,
200
but
miles in one day on a BMX bike.
I ain't rode like that in a hot minute. I could do it right now.
Bizzle, you didn't do the ride.
You could follow me in a car, and I'd do it right now.
and so, but how did you decide that you thought that he was cheating?
There's a little thing called geotagging, and it just had started, and he was in. That's how we knew. We called him out about he was at a Whataburger in the morning, and there was a Whataburger at that night, and they're 200 miles apart, 190 miles
I
apart.
do not eat Whataburger. I've never been there. That's not my thing.
Can we call the jury in?
What's the jury gonna say?
Oh
Like,
yeah, we smoking?
yeah. You want to get high?
Hell yeah.
Smoke Bizzle.
I just quit smoking weed.
Are you gonna become like
right
a different
now?
person?
Right
or-
now.
How you still?
Right now.
I feel like what do you smoke? K2?
Fuck, I wish. I ain't seen that shit in
I
forever.
want to see you on K2, bro. Oh, he got a blunt ready. to
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, man.
Nice.
I got a few blunts ready.
This is my
nice
kind of
shit.
white boy. I forgot about Bizzle, man.
You got any music you can drop for this? Well,
I dropped a song today.
There you go. Let's take advantage of
Oh,
this.
you're still
15
dropping
minutes.
music.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so,
actually why I'm about to move back to New York.
so there was no cheating at all involved because I remember Catfish accusing you essentially of having gotten rides in some sort of truck or something, and that was therefore cheating on this ride. Like you were under the impression that he was going to ride every inch of this ride.
I mean, I understand if it's raining, but a 200-mile hitchhike is not. If you need a ride in the rain for 5 miles, but a 200-mile ride in a car is not doing the ride.
Look,
It's like a 3-hour.
This for me, I don't care about BMX anymore. Like I ride.
See, I do. It's my life. That's why I'm doing this.
I ride for. Oh yeah, Cal. You're doing this because you're old and balding and need the clout. Freaking, you don't even ride. You fell on a bunny hop last week.
Play us a song.
No songs. We're not playing songs. What? Yeah, because like I don't know. To me, like if somebody says that they're gonna do a ride across the country.
Oh wait,
I never thought that it seemed that important that you ride every step of the way because it's important. Such a massive distance.
What I was trying to say about BMX is, yeah, I'm gonna ride the rest of my life. I got mad people in BMX. I love all that, but after what he did to me, I don't trust nobody in BMX. That's why I don't care what BMX thinks about me. For me now, it's just about having fun. You're not going to see me out in no jams. You're not going to see me out in no contests. You're going to see me in the streets, having fun.
So from your perspective, how did he turn his back on you?
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind putting out the raw shit about this. I did get a few rides on that. I did. I ain't going to deny it.
That's all. I'm so glad to hear
and when I did got those rides, see, this is your thing. You blocked me immediately. You didn't even follow it, so you didn't know. When I got those rides,
I was in Iraq and you posted my phone number on the internet.
Yeah, and they should have beheaded your ass over there. They should have lit your little terrorist ass on the base.
Look me in the eye when you talk to me.
Why would I look at your little piece of shit ass?
Come on, bro.
So anyway.
So you did the ride.
So anyway, this is the times I got the ride. I can tell you right now. I got a ride for about 50 miles. It was in Tucson. It was hailing. It was hailing like a motherfucker. I'm talking about thick ass hail. And this guy, he saw my American flag waving on the back, and he saw my Captain America shield on the front, and he came back and he's like, "Yo, hop in." And I was like getting my ass handed to me by this hail, so I said, "Fuck it." So he took me like 50 miles till I got out the hail, and it was dark. So that was in around Tucson, and then I got another ride. Now this is probably about maybe like 150, 200 miles outside of Dallas, Texas. All my tubes worn out. The chain broke too. My chain tool broke. I couldn't even fix it. And when I posted online, some people in Dallas said, "Yo, there's nothing for a very long time. You're not going to be able to survive out there. We got to come get you." Also, another thing I posted that everybody saw, and people were like, "Yo, that's dope that the BMX community would drive out and get you." And then the last time that I got a ride besides...
What about the trip to Vegas?
That was not a ride. That was a flight that I paid for with my own money to go to my best... And we'll get to that. And the last time I got a ride was in Georgia. Not in Georgia, South Carolina. In South Carolina, I'm right at the border. It's 2 days before Christmas. State trooper, he pulls over, and he's like, "You're not riding anymore." Like I told him what I was doing, told him I'd been across the whole country for 3 months, and I was almost there. He's like, "You're not going. You're done. You can either go to jail or you can call somebody and then come pick you up." So had somebody come pick me up from North Carolina and then drive me the rest to Greenville. But at that point, I'm already on the East Coast, and everybody in Greenville, they know about this. Like they don't give a shit. For them, it was about honoring Frankie. Now, and I got a bunch of like 10-mile rides from cops, like everywhere in Georgia, Alabama. They were not having it.
So you talked to cops.
They were so mad. Like they would pull me over I'm on the highway. They'll pull me over.
You gotta talk to them.
And they would say, like, "You're not doing this in my county. I'll take you to the next county line and you can risk it there, but you're not doing this in my county." So like I got a bunch of rides from cops throughout that, but that's it.
Yeah, like to me, it doesn't seem like enough reason to end a friendship or to publicly call somebody out or to block them. Like if he was trying to set a world record or do something where there's this like real sense of integrity where he needs to pedal every single fucking mile of it, I guess I could understand. But the thing is about riding cross country is that you're gonna end up in a lot of situations where you're like he's saying with the cops pulling him over and saying they're gonna give you a 10-mile ride, whatever. It's like, on these highways and stuff. Like you were riding, you planned the ride horribly, if I recall.
He didn't finish the ride though. He left his bike in Mississippi. Read that.
But you were supposed to make it where? To North Carolina?
That's an actual post that he posted that said the ride is over. I broke my sobriety. I fucked 2 cougars.
Okay.
Yeah, read it out loud because you'll like this.
That was in Atlanta.
Okay, you wrote, I've been struggling with my sobriety these past couple of weeks. This is what Bizzle said. I really miss getting into crazy shit. Last night, I got loose as fuck and got kicked out of Steve-O's stand-up show. I lost my wallet, my phone, headphones, and I no longer have a bike anymore. I have no idea how I got back from the show. All I remember is banging 2 blonde cougars who kicked me out of their car. It's 2 p.m. and I'm still drunk from last night. So disappointed in myself. The ride is over. I'm stuck in Atlanta. I'm never breaking my sobriety again.
Yeah. And that what happened was I lost my bike, and then I was stuck in Atlanta for at least 2 more weeks, I feel like, until I finally saw it on Craigslist, and I went and got my shit back. And then I got back on the road. But then I only rode from Atlanta to like 50 miles south of North Carolina. So, yeah. But that's still another like 200-300 miles. Like, it's far as fuck.
I mean, like, what do you think? I think it seems like a silly reason to end a friendship or to block somebody or publicly call them out for like maybe fudging the numbers a little bit on this ride.
He took advantage of BMX riders. He stole money from a dead dude.
Nobody in BMX. First off, you didn't have to have Frankie's mom call you and hear her crying, wondering why you're doing this.
I had Frankie's mom calling me, telling you to stop what you're doing.
No.
Whatever.
No.
Bizzle,
other people in Greenville were upset with you because you didn't even know Frankie.
And no shit, because you
was claiming
I'm
you
not
did.
doing this for Frankie. I'm doing this for all the people that you took advantage of. All the good-hearted BMX
I don't know if
riders.
anyone really feels like that though, right?
No
I mean,
way.
it's only $1,800.
He even had me
still,
confused. He made me think BMX hated me.
Right.
I for years I thought everyone in BMX hated me. I've been out here now. I came back to California. I've been out. Ain't nobody hating me.
I don't think
people.
I would think probably like around 1% of BMX riders even knew that this was going on.
Yeah,
even at the height of it.
This is gonna get 4 views.
Well, I mean, just saying, like,
I think
back
this is
then,
why this
nobody
happened.
knew, right? It wasn't that big a deal.
I think the reason why this happened was because a couple of weeks before I started the ride, we came. Actually, that was the last time I saw you. We came to the come up, and or maybe it was on some shit.
On some shit store downtown, right?
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm having a stroke.
Well, no, because he would come to the jams and he was kind of being the life of the party. He was doing a bunch of crazy shit.
live
Man,
for it.
I'm kind of going for this narrative. Maybe Catfish was jealous of the attention that Bizzle was getting in the BMX scene.
Well, that's the thing.
Remember, because it was the come up jam where he walked in the pond where he cut his feet.
We're definitely going to talk about that, but
Well, he was there. Biz was there. We pull up, and then I remember you were upset because for like a couple of months he had been, skipping out on come to do some interviews or something. You were upset, and you said, and I know you said it jokingly, but you said, "Damn, but you've been fucking up. Maybe I should just get Bizzle to do your job." And when you said that, I saw a look in his eye. He looked at me with murder. I ain't never seen him look at me like that. And I didn't think about it at the time, but I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out why he would do this to me.
Is that
And I think
is
that's
that a
why.
real thing? You can't compose.
Well, that's why
a
I'm here, because I'm
sentence.
asking you why. I want to know why you did this.
You think that I think you're gonna take my job?
Well, I mean, I'm an announcer. I'm freaking way nicer than you. So many people in BMX do not like you. I
Bizzle,
could easily take your
Bizzle,
job.
tell the people in Saudi Arabia that are flying me there next week. Tell them that.
Okay.
they don't know what the hell's going on.
I know they don't speak English.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking to the Saudi Arabians for a nuanced viewpoint on BMX culture. But I mean, yeah, like that was the day that the people deserve an explanation of this. There's an old On Some Shit Jam video online from 2014 that you could probably find where Bizzle came and we went to that park in like downtown LA area. It's like a pond that's
All the
maybe
turtles.
Yeah, it's maybe like 4 feet deep, which maybe you didn't know at the time because you jumped in. You're like,
No idea.
and I didn't know that much about you at the time, but you're a big fat guy with a giant beard, long hair, right?
Yeah.
And you jump into the fucking pond, and immediately you
It's
cut your
beautiful
feet
though. I had
open.
this sweet ass. You saw me. I look like an eagle out there.
Right, but you cut your feet open on the glass on the bottom of the floor in the pond, and there was also a lot of duck shit. I think
Oh man, I
we
got
were
duck
all
shit in my mouth.
Oh.
I still like every time someone mentions that moment, because a lot of people saw that moment
right.
and they mention it, and then I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, and we were all really worried that we were gonna get like a real infection from
Oh, I
the
ain't
combination of your
I
feet
ain't
being
worried.
cut open and the duck shit.
I've been hit by cars, burnt by fires, stabbed.
Nobody swims there. Even there's tons of homeless
Oh,
people in
hell,
that park,
nobody.
and they
Yeah,
don't
that
swim.
was- I did that for you. I did that for you.
You did do it for the video for sure.
I would plan on coming out there. I'd pre-party. I'd plan on doing the craziest shit. I wanted to be the craziest, and he taught me that.
He's the life of the party. You should have him on Plug Talk.
Hey man, I my whole life I wanted to get some porn star now. Come on now, shit.
Well, you're the one with the porn dick.
Oh
Yeah, thanks for talking about that.
I
last
actually
week on
got a
Sledge
photo
Lords.
of him. He was in the industry before you. He's got a photo of a dude about to blow a load on his
seen
face.
that, yeah.
That is not true.
Legendary.
It looks
photo.
pretty real.
That's
It looks
not
like
true.
you to me.
It looks pretty real. I've had I sent it around to the meme gods and we've debated and it looks pretty real. I could bust it out. I got it on my.
Oh,
I'm sure
I can
you
imagine
have a
it
naked picture of me
perfectly
on your
right
phone,
now.
Bizzle. I'm sure you do.
For the record, it's not Catfish. It's just a guy who looks like him.
But I also think it's important to say that Bizzle has been been our own personal meme in the BMX Illuminati, where sometimes I don't follow you. The only posts that I see are what Biz posts in a group text, and you're so out of your mind that it's funny.
Well,
And I
because-
think that's maybe it was built up more in our minds, the Catfish Bizzle beef.
But see, that's what's interesting is that Bizzle at one point lived with our good friend Biz. He was living in the garage, and the number of stories that we heard during this time period. I mean, I'm just going to cap it off by saying that one of them was you were shitting in a bucket, and you had
bags, bro.
and you had
Bags.
you had an old pair of jeans, and you would be ripping pieces off the jeans to wipe your ass while you were living in the garage.
I don't remember the jeans. I've always been
remember
a
that.
shorts man myself.
Maybe it was shorts.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But then also there was a point where I believe that you and somebody else were fucking a crackhead on the porch.
Was not a crackhead. She was a stripper. She might have been a crackhead on the side.
Right.
I don't know.
We all know the difference between a crackhead
was-
and a person who's just doing crack.
The reason why I was in Biz's garage is because I got an eviction at my place across the street because I brought a chick back and also two of my BMX homies who you know. I won't say the names afterwards if you want to know, I'll tell you. But yeah, we had what is that? 3 dudes. We had a foursome.
With one chick?
Yeah, one chick. We were fucked up, bro, on the front porch. And I remember.
imagine what that smelled
Did
like.
you ever apologize to Biz for doing that in his neighborhood?
Oh, it was across the street.
Oh, that was at your crib.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is before you came to the garage.
And this is how you know it was fucked up. This is how you know we were going too crazy. Is because at 4 a.m, some French people that had just moved in a couple weeks prior, they literally came down and seen us on the front porch and said, I mean, I can't do a French accent. But in a French accent, they was like, really? Like, really? And you know, they, from what I ain't been there, but I hear they get down. So if they saying it's got to be bad. But it was funny because the next day, I left after that. I went out and partied some more because I'd go for days at a time back then. And I left after that. And next day, my roommate's like, yo, fucking 10:30 in the morning. He just shows me the eviction notice. He's like, yo, what the fuck? There's chicken wings on the front porch, broken shot glasses, and a futon.
The futon was in the front of the house?
Well, it was inside, but I put it on the outside because my roommate had told me specifically not to bring the party back that night because that's what I always did because he had to work the next day. But he knew I was going to bring the party back, so he left and went to his girlfriend's. But I didn't know this, so I took the party outside instead. So that's how that happened. And it was funny, too, because I just bought that futon, and she squirted all over it. It was a big-ass puddle. And then I sold that futon. This is one of the worst things I've ever done. I sold that futon on Facebook Marketplace shortly after for the same amount I bought it.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
But was the squirt that
Probably
gross?
old as shit. The what?
Was the squirt that gross? I feel like a lot of squirt is almost just water.
Be honest with you, I don't even remember the squirt.
What the fuck is life right
I
now?
had a girl squirt all over my couch, Adriana Chechik actually, and
Oh, shout out to her.
That's fire.
we didn't get a new couch. We just let it
I'd
rock.
keep that shit.
We got it cleaned.
What's it smell like?
Just whatever. They
Well,
say
I
it's
got
pee,
rid
but I
of it
didn't smell
because I was
pee.
moving into business shit. So I was
Right.
like, oh,
Biz told us a story about him making out with his girl or whatever, and Bizzle had to take a shit, and he knocked on the door and interrupted Biz. Is that true?
I don't know, man. I don't remember much from that time, man. I was fucking going crazy. I was partying hard. Probably there was only one bathroom.
I say all this just to say that him, having outdoor group sex and him wiping his ass with shards of a pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans, that wasn't any cause for concern in your mind. But then him cheating on, like, I'm going to say less than 5% of the cross-country ride.
Yeah.
Like, not a big percentage. I feel like you accomplished the bulk of what you set out to do, aside from the parts that were basically, like, almost impossible.
Well, I know from people that
a lot of it I had to walk.
Finish the ride.
I had to walk a lot of it because you can't, like, when you're going up a mountain and
Right.
you got all that gear, you're not riding up that.
Yeah, no way.
And then you're riding down these mountains, and it's this 8% downgrade. Are you shitting me? No brakes.
What other? How
You
many?
had no
What
brakes.
were some
brakes.
other big days? How many mile
Terrifying.
days? You had a 200-mile day. What other big days?
I was averaging around 80 when I was in.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Oh my God.
80 miles a day on a BMX. bike.
Any bike rider that rides around Manhattan as a messenger will tell you that ain't nothing. D blocks, roadblocks. He would tell you he does 150, 200 miles like it ain't nothing.
If that's the only thing in the world that I had to do, I definitely think I could do 80 miles in a day.
Hell yeah.
Because we would go around New York City and ride 30 miles in a day just fucking riding around for no reason.
And it
we're
wasn't like
spending
I
half the
was
day
sitting.
sitting around.
I wasn't sitting. I was pedaling. I was trying to get it sucked. I was trying to get off that road. Got 18-wheelers blasting by my ass. It's hot and it's cold. All sorts of shit. I ended up on a military base one time. That was fucking terrifying. Ended up Google Maps, man. Fuck Google Maps. Sent my ass off into a desert space. As soon as I get off in there, it says on each side of the road, warning, unexploded ordinances. Do not leave path. And I'm just like, I was like, fuck, I don't know what an unexploded ordinance is, but I know what exploded and unexploded is, and I know what an ordinance is, so that's a bomb, you know? So fuck, it's an unexploded bomb. I'm fucking losing my shit. So, but I don't know where to go, so I keep going. And then out in the middle of nowhere, I'm out of water at this point. I'm stuck. I don't know where the fuck I am. There's Adobe huts. Looks like motherfucking. I saw you just saw Star Wars recently. Look like some little huts, you know,
I'm having a stroke.
with big ass holes in the shit. And I found out, Koji Kraft told me that's where the helicopters go in and train. They got I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but out there they got a model of the Moscow like Capitol building. They got a model of a castle, like all sorts of crazy shit, and all of them got big ass holes from helicopters.
Wow.
But they came in on Humvees, man. It came in on Humvees. It was 2 Humvees. They came in. They were shocked to see me. I was like out there in the desert forward. They were shocked to see me. But I had my Captain America damn shit on the front, the shield. And they were like, whoa, yo, what are you doing? I was like, I really need some water. That was the first thing I said. Can you please take me to some water? And then they was like, yeah, put me on the truck. I told them what was going on. And they loved it. Like, they loved the Captain America shield, took a photo with me. And then they drove me off the base to the gas station that was like 10 miles down the road. And dropped my ass there. And I got water. So shout out to whatever that base was for saving me.
Sounds like a fun journey. So you don't feel any remorse about the way that you treated him? Like, you can't acknowledge at all that there was anything wrong done on your part?
No, because I was his friend and I had his back from the beginning, and then he lied about the ride. He stole money. He lied about stealing money.
But how do you lie? How do you steal money?
I could tell you everyone who donated, and it was all my friends.
Right. I feel like if you knew Bizzle, you probably knew that there was a chance that this ride wasn't even going to happen at all. Never mind. Like, I feel like everybody.
It didn't. It really relatively didn't.
He rode 95% of it.
But then, okay, so then that's one whole issue, and I think our group text kept it alive. But then the other big issue, and this is the thing I was going to talk about mental health and suicide, because all of us have had friends that have unfortunately died due to suicide. We've all had.
I was warned you would control the narrative.
We've all had suicidal
Yeah, bring up
thoughts.
stuff that you can't get blamed for. Sure.
No, what I'm saying is,
He tried to kill himself, and I bet that he's going to blame some of that on you.
No. This is before that.
A good portion, but not all of it.
But he's done it like multiple times, and it's like, as a friend, you have to separate yourself. Where I say, like, if you see a cry for help from somebody that is in a bad place, you reach out to them, you try and help them, which I did for him multiple times.
bull.
And then he gets better, and then a couple months later, he does it again. Where in my mind, it's like you only get one cry for help, maybe two. When you keep doing it multiple times, where then it becomes less of, hey, help me, more of either a cry for attention or I want to see how many people care about me.
I think Bizzle's got a few sincere suicide attempts at him. I'm going to be real with you.
Oh,
I don't
hell
think
yeah.
they were like public cries for attention.
They
I think,
weren't. It was for real.
Yeah, I mean,
Pull up the
you've
list.
been through it.
We have the list.
And I still don't count it out for me.
Right.
I still don't count it out. I personally, after that last one in the RV, like what the doctor said and all that shit, like I personally don't, I might be able to take, I know this sounds crazy, but I might be able to take 2 handguns, boom, and somehow I might look a little wild afterwards. I might lose another eyeball, but somehow I feel like I would survive. Like I've just been through so much shit.
Don't do that. Please.
And
Yeah, and
I
that's the
wouldn't.
thing. And I'll say this right now. I'm
But I'm
glad you're
saying,
alive.
like-
I'm glad you're still here. I don't want to be
That's
around
not what you said on Twitter.
I'm glad you're still here.
You said
But
that
You wish
was-
death
but
upon
I
him
lost
many
my
times.
problem,
eye.
I have
You
because he
said
wished
that I
death upon me
deserved
as
it.
well. He said he's gonna beat my ass when he sees
Yeah,
me.
how can you justify that? He lost his eye in a bar fight, and you said
That's
that
called
he
karma.
deserved it.
That's called karma.
Karma.
I wouldn't wish that on you.
But my fact is the fact is that he tried it multiple times, and we went out to him to try and do it. The last time he did it, he posted a picture on Instagram saying, "Thank you, blank blank, our friend that already passed away. This is a great idea." And you tried to kill yourself, blaming my homie that's
Now-
already died. You
now
didn't
you-
know
He
him.
wasn't blaming him. He
That's
was-
not.
he
That's,
was-
That was right.
that
When
and
I'm glad you actually bring that up.
why would I not, bro? You're talking shit on. You're blaming.
wasn't talking
You're
shit.
you're basically putting your suicide on my friend that already
No.
died that you didn't know.
But how are you
just
going to
because
judge him
you're
for
in
what he
BMX?
said during a moment where he was down so
And that's what
bad
I'm
that
saying.
he
I'm
was
glad
trying
that
to
he's
kill
still
himself?
here. I'm glad that he's still here. But if that's the type of person that he is, that's what I said.
I had multiple friends have addressed me on that because I was so fucked up and out of my mind. What I was trying to say was that that person had the success rate. They knew that was the best way to go, and I was just trying to say that, you know,
Why even bring his
I
name up? You
shouldn't
didn't
have.
even know
I
him.
shouldn't have. I was fucked up out of my mind,
And I'm
I
sorry for
shouldn't
that.
have,
And
I
I'm sorry for
apologize.
that. And I'm sorry for that. But that's the main reason
Yeah.
that I don't fuck with you anymore,
Okay, yeah,
Because he mentioned this person's name.
bro.
I mean,
and I
We've
apologize
been through
for
this,
that.
Adam.
but
I
if
mean,
that's your friend, I mean, you're going to...
That wasn't his friend. It
You're
was
gonna deal with
before his time.
No,
are
but
you
I'm saying you knew
talking
this
about?
person pretty well,
what are
right?
you talking about?
It was. No, I did not know. He was
okay.
before my time,
Okay.
and I highly doubt that he probably looked up to him. I highly doubt that he knew him. He might have. I'm not
Do you know who he wrote for? What by company?
circus.
He wrote for DK. That's how much you know about BMX.
Okay. Well, circus.
Former
is
DK
his
team
brand.
manager for everybody out there. That's what he's saying. He spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah,
guess.
and a
I
lot of
was
his stunt
teammates
show
with him.
riders,
I was
he owes money to.
Ooh, sure got Zach Gerber on here, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would have been a good one. That would have been a really good one. We can do that one. We can go against
we
all
should
the
get his
people that
baby
don't like
mama.
BMX.
He should get his baby mama from what is it?
What are you
Where they have
talking?
his-
What are you talking about now? Why are you bringing up my fucking family?
It's not your family. I know you don't send no money back.
What are you talking about?
If I had a chick and a kid, my ass would be over there. I wouldn't be over here. I tell you that much.
Okay,
What's going on in Estonia?
Yeah.
It's
Forgot
cold
about
there. Yeah, he turns 10 next month.
10. Jesus.
Yeah.
What's the relationship like?
I talk to him all the time on FaceTime. I saw him. He comes to the States for a year, or excuse me, for a month every year. COVID was really rough.
Well, I'm sorry then. I could tell that hurt your heart.
No, it didn't hurt my
I
heart.
shouldn't have done that.
No, it's just like that's what I knew that's what coming in that you were gonna do because you have nothing going on. So I was like, that's why I said let's play some of his music. Give him his 15 seconds, 15 minutes. Take
Can't
the
play my
glasses
music.
off. Take them glasses off.
Not let the guy DJ. Why? Because you want to see my one eye?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Let's
you
hear
want.
about the one eye. How did that
Yeah,
go down?
please.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited to hear this out
That's
of your
mental
mouth.
health right there. So, I'm living in South Jersey at the time in Camden, and this shit's kind of a little rough to talk about. But I'm living in South Jersey in Camden, and my boy is moving away from Philly. And South Jersey, Philly, they're right there. You can get over the bridge in like 12 minutes. And he's moving away from Philly, so he's like, yo, I need you to come to my going away party. And he popped it on me last minute, and I didn't want to go, but I love him. But I also had bottle service at a club in New Jersey that night. So that was already set up free. So I really want to do that, but I was like, no, it's my boy. I'm gonna go. Went to Philly, had a good time for a couple hours walking with my boy around town. Then we get to the spot where everybody's gonna meet up. There for 15 minutes. It's a pizza place, but they also serve alcohol. And I had like a slice of pizza. That's it. Like, and then I had my drink. But that's how, like, I was not there long. And I went outside to smoke, and I sat down at a table, and the whole bar was mostly white people, but at that table outside, it was black people. And, I was given away as a child and sent to a group home where it's just all black people. So, like, that's who I naturally gravitate to. So that's where I gravitated. Sit down, having a good time talking with these guys. A couple of them even made music, so we're exchanging our music and stuff, having a good time. Then this one guy walks up out of nowhere off the street, like he wasn't there. He walks up. He asks if anybody has a light. When he walked up, everybody looked scared, like they looked a little nervous. And so I was trying to be easy. So I was like, yeah, gave him my lighter. He lights his cigarette, puts my lighter in his pocket. I could tell it was the way he did it. It was disrespectful. I could tell he was trying to, be a dickhead. But I was nice. I was like, yo, that's my lighter. Let me get it. Nothing. I was like, yo, second time, that's my light. Nothing. Third time, it's like, hey, man, like, I'm not the one. His boy taps him on the shoulder. Give him his light back. Doesn't even look at me. Hands it back to me. And then shakes his head like, doesn't say anything, but just shakes his head like, okay. Walks off. And this is my fault. I should have known better. I spent a ton of time in rough places. I should have known better. I should have fucking known better. I'm sitting with my back face to the street. He walks off. I thought he left. I'm going back to talking to the rest of the people at the table. Not even 2 minutes later, he doesn't say anything. He went in the kitchen of the restaurant, got a steak knife, walks out, comes up behind me, doesn't say nothing. Pow. Luckily, he had just got out of prison a couple of months prior, so like he was like an in and out type inmate. So he didn't actually stab me. He shanked me. That's how he got the blade out without no one noticing, because he had it hidden like that, tucked. So when he came up, he shanked me. So I only got like, who knows how much blade, but I didn't get the full blade. So then I immediately, like, growing up in a group home, shit, like, we fight, like, all the time. All the time, I fight. I turned, grabbed him by his shoulder, took him down, beat his ass. But, lost the eyeball.
Damn.
Did he
That's
go to
terrible,
jail?
man. I'm
Did he go to
sorry.
jail?
He was in jail they got him 2 months later. He was in jail for 3.5 years because of the COVID shit, just waiting on trial. And then went to trial, and they did time served. He was guilty on all the charges, but they never found a weapon. And he never said shit. Like, if you ever, he did it right. If you ever do anything, never say a word. He never said anything the whole time, and he got out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And how can you justify saying that he deserved it? I feel like the people at home are going to just want me to drill down on that, because how could you say that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of anger built up that has been years.
I
of
hate you.
built
I
up
wouldn't want that
anger.
to happen to you. Honestly, like, you couldn't fathom the amount of anxiety and PTSD and that comes after that, and then how it changes how you interact with everybody and everything. I wouldn't put that on anybody. Nobody. That shit is bad. Real bad. I wouldn't put that on anybody.
Yeah. And honestly, like, respect for your temperament in the face of, like, him having said shit like that,
I
because
didn't
that
do
is
it to
fucking
him.
gnarly.
I wouldn't
didn't
even
do it
do
to
that
him.
to the guy who stabbed me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want him to experience that.
Right.
My uncle tried to shoot me with a gun about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and I dived and missed it. But, like, he still, like, wants to kill me, and I wouldn't wish that to him.
What's that about?
Oh, he's just a racist ass hillbilly. One of the things that's really bothers me and causes a lot of my depression is being given away as a child. And when I was coming up on turning 30, I was like, man, like, I don't want to go into my 30s feeling like this. Like, I want to move past this. I got to at least go to my family, search them out, find them, try to make something. Like, if it don't work, whatever, I got to try. And I went and didn't work out. Most of my family, like, I thought because I had changed over time, maybe they changed, but most of my family still racist as hell. They don't like me.
Right.
They don't like me. So,
Wow.
yeah. I can show you some of the most craziest shit ever. He's texting me like some beyond. And the thing is, what's scary is there's a lot of people like that out there in this world, and they really think some evil shit. Like, they want to go out and eliminate. Like, they're fucked up. Like, it needs to be addressed.
I would say, honestly, like, the main emotion that I'm feeling right now is just kind of like ashamed that I sort of laughed along when Catfish was on his like anti-Bizzle campaign, because it just really seems kind of cruel in
You
retrospect.
talk shit on my dead homies. You
But
fucking
talk shit on your dead homies. That doesn't really stand
You
up.
stole money under the guise of doing something good.
Okay, what else?
I
you got?
And
don't
you
really.
went through it,
I
and
feel
you
like
didn't
all
go
these
through it.
allegations seem kind of weak when
We
once
have
we've actually
the list.
described
The
the
guys
context.
are out there, and like I said, I know you want conflict out
The
of
thing is, I
and-
still a good portion of me still loves Catfish with all my heart, but I could never, we could never be friends again, no matter what. Like, I don't care if he was like, yo, I got $10 million, I wouldn't, but it's just like, I would have taken care of him, and I'm gonna be rich. Like, I've not been through all the shit that I've been through in life, and I can sing, I can rap, I got mad talent. Like, I haven't been through all this shit.
He is right there, and I will give you your flowers.
gonna
You
make
are
it.
incredibly talented.
And I would've-
I got Facebook posts. We made songs together. I got Facebook
And it's
posts saying
proof,
that
like,
people
you got-
don't know how talented he is.
Thank you.
But
But there's Kanye, there's Jay-Z, there's Diddy. Like, you can. You could take what you've been through and you can make $1 billion with it. You could really do that. And you can also, you can help people with it. You can change the world. You know how much $1 billion can do? I'm gonna make $1 billion. If I had $1 billion, I would have gave him $100 million. When he's old, I will wipe his ass. I will carry this little ass around. I'm that type of guy. Like, I've had friends in fucking full-on body casts. I'm the one to push the wheelchair. I'm a hateful, angry dude when it's time to go there. But other than that, like, I'm a lover. I got mad love. Like, when I love deep. I fucking cry when I watch fucking movies and shit. Like that Last of Us episode 3, I cried like a motherfucker. The whole fucking time I cried. Like, I really love deep. I love this motherfucker. That's all I was trying to say is I would have really taken care of him. Like, and he knows how much I love him. So that's why, and that's the main reason why I come here, because I just wanted him to know, like, why I don't understand why he did this to me. I don't understand, because I really loved him and he knew that. And there's nothing that he could gain from it. And he does this. He goes on these rampants against people. He'll find somebody and then he just latches on. Everyone else has just been lucky. I've been the one for 8 years, But, I mean, before me, it was Zach, Like, it's always somebody. It's always somebody. But why? You got everything. You want me to look at you? You got everything.
I surround myself with positive energy.
No,
I do.
You hang out with Andy Buckworth.
You can't just say that.
What? What? Where I hang out with Andy Buckworth? Where did that come from?
Bro, you on the no hate tour and you were the most hateful person
You can
in the
believe
world.
that. You can believe that. All I know is I've gotten to the point that I have in success in my career is by surrounding myself with people that I can learn from, people that I can trust,
Okay.
and people that got my back.
Okay.
You aren't one of those people, so
guess
I just
what?
backed out.
Bro, he
I
just
backed
cried
out.
his eyes out, and you can't even admit that you did him wrong back in the day.
I'm not gonna admit that I did him wrong.
I
That's
mean,
okay. That's fine.
I feel like you're
because I'm
lying to
allowed-
yourself.
No, you can think that, Adam, because I am true to myself and I know what I believe. I'm not gonna come on your podcast and be like, oh, I'm gonna change it up for the last 10 years and be like, oh, I don't feel that way because he's crying in front of me. No,
everybody-
that's okay.
everybody said
and that's
that.
okay. Like I said, I don't want you dead. I'm sorry that you lost your eye, but you fucking disrespected me in so many different ways that there's no going back. And I
never
wish
really-
you nothing. I wish you nothing but success.
Only thing I ever
I
did
do.
was
I
bust your
really
number,
do.
and that's after you made me had to change my number 6 times.
Adam, I know you're very busy, Adam, but there's so many in the group text. There's been so many messages that I don't even think about this dude, and he's like bringing me up, like
guy's
you
so
blaming
hateful.
me. I'm not hateful at
He's
all, bro.
so hateful that if you Google me, if you Google Joe Bills, JoeBilz, you Google it, or Wild Bills. If you Google it, you are gonna 90% of shit is gonna be profiles he's made for me. LinkedIn, like all sorts of
LinkedIn?
Twitters,
Oh my dear God.
Instagram. I used to have the
200
all
miles,
Bills
200
Instagram.
miles in a day
And that
on a
was like-
BMX bike.
You're denying that you've made fake profiles? of
I've
him?
never made a fake profile for him. There was somebody that did it on Twitter that we all laughed about. That wasn't me.
No. And then like I had like 18,000 followers on the All Big Bills shit. He got that taken from me. Anytime I drop
Shout
a
out
video,
Zuckerberg.
he will tweet it and be like, "Yo, go."
Bro, I
and
haven't even
hate on this.
outside of
And
my
then
group
this,
text. I don't even think about you, Bills. Like I said, I hope you nothing but success. This
Think
whole
about
story
me
has been
nonstop. Everywhere I go, people be like, "Oh, Catfish, that's all he ever talks about."
Okay.
I think he wants to suck your dick. That's
Okay.
what they say
I'm sure
all the
they
time.
tell you that. I'm sure they
do.
do. Okay. Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't think about you outside of our group text.
That's bullshit. Your Twitter
Okay.
and everything will tell otherwise. I'm fucking sure of it.
Okay.
Because people wouldn't be saying it.
How many viewers have stayed through this? I feel like I'm having my 3rd or 4th stroke already.
Well, I'm sure you're probably still doing blow. You're the only person, that's what everyone said, you're the only person that hadn't changed in BMX in the past 10 years.
There's all these crazy attacks, Bizzle. That's why I said I didn't come out
Crazy
here to
attacks?
attack. I didn't come out here to
You want
like,
a crazy
I didn't come here
attack?
to
I got a
fight you.
size 15. I'll put it right through your fucking
See,
face.
here we go.
I'm
we
over here
go.
trying to be
Here we
pleasant.
go. Okay. Bizzle, do you understand? Okay. See where this is going?
Well,
Okay,
where I see
knew,
this going,
I knew
hater.
this was going to be
He's such a hater.
anticlimactic. I
He
knew it
would
was going to be
find
anticlimactic.
out. I don't even know how he did this, but he would find out along the ride where I was eating. And then he would have mad people from all over fucking who knows where texting me. My number, texting me, talking about, "Oh, really, fat ass? Dairy Queen?" Well, you don't know.
What is
When
happening?
you in the South, that ain't much, especially on the highway. There's like Subway, McDonald's, and Dairy Queen. That's it. Motherfucking Dairy Queen got a salad.
Can we play some of his music, please?
where I see this going is I see a comment section emerging that feels like you're really refusing to deal with the meat and potatoes of everything that
knew
he's
you was gonna
saying,
do it.
and your arguments are just really like not
That's
that
okay, let the
convincing. I hate
comments-
to side with somebody
That's
so
fine.
one-sidedly
That's
here,
fine.
but it just feels like you intentionally befriended somebody that you knew was the kind of guy who was dealing with mental health issues, and then you basically turned your back on him for no good reason, and then waged a hate campaign against
slow
him.
down.
I'm just
I became
saying.
friends with him because he had emotional issues. I was friends with him because he was a fun
I'm not saying
guy.
that because of
not what
that. I'm
I'm
saying that, like, you know, when you befriend somebody like Bizzle, you know you're on board for a lot.
shit, yeah.
And I
You
was.
knew that
and
from
I was
day
on
one.
board. I was on board. We would hang out all the time. We
My
made
circle
music
was very
together.
tight too,
We did.
very tight.
And then he fucked
even
up, and then I
before
was
that.
like, okay, I'm done with this. It's just, you know, like I said, this is gonna be very anticlimactic, and I wish you nothing but the best, Bizzle. I really do.
"Well, I thank you. I don't believe it, but I thank
That's
you."
okay. I mean, you don't have
But-
to believe it.
I mean, like, and you. This is one of the funniest things. I mean, you are good at hating. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you good at it. Like, if there was a real player,
I'm good.
hater's
I'm
ball,
good at pushing out
you'd
negativity
be
in
a-
my life. I'm good
Oh
at
my
pushing out
God.
negativity in my
I
life.
know. Everyone knows.
Okay.
So yeah, like when I'm coming into Greenville, he literally tweeted the police department's number. It was like, "Yo, like Bizzle's rolling into
What are
town.
you talking about?
Everyone call."
200 miles in one day on a BMX bike.
I remember this type of thing.
Get the fuck out
I
of
mean,
here.
I don't
Adam.
remember this specifically, but I remember
this
you
is the Maury Povich
airing
that
out
I've
his
been
number
waiting
and
for, right?
shit.
He aired out my number.
After you did it to me like
This
20
is fucking
times.
Maury Povich. Jesus Christ.
Son.
I hope that some good shit happens to you in your life as a result
I do
of
as
this.
well.
Like, I hope
That's
that people
the funny
find out
thing.
about you as a person from this.
He said he says a whole bunch of inspirational shit. Before I left, that's not what he said. He said, "This is gonna make you famous." That's the last words he said to me. I didn't know that it was because he was gonna be talking all shit, and hopefully me being on here will make me famous.
That's what I'm now hoping for.
Man,
Follow. Shout out your Instagram.
That's one thing I wanted to say to you is congratulations, because I know you for a hot minute, and like you have taken what you love and you have made a crazy lifestyle.
Appreciate that.
And you live. I don't know your money and all that shit, but I know that everyone I know is like, oh, Adam 22, like you obviously doing your thing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Means a lot.
Yeah. So hopefully me being up here will help my ass out too. Shit. But I would love to come back with some music for sure.
No, that would be dope for sure. I mean, I feel like this is the point in the podcast where Catfish should be acknowledging that he had some role in all this and that he feels a certain way about it.
A role in all what?
But I don't know.
That's another thing.
Catfish
Like,
doesn't seem ready for that.
I wanted.
I'm not. Maybe I'm
a
not
lot of
ready to
people
accept it.
was questioning me coming up here. They thought that maybe you was going to be attacking me. And I was like, no, I don't think that's going to be the case, because people sent me the Micah Kranz interview you did, and he said some shit. And then Micah didn't want to get in on it because he said he didn't know me. And then you said something. I don't remember what you said, but it was something that was kind of like telling him like kind of wrong. And I was like, damn, like that's cool. Like you didn't have to stick up for me.
Well, I do remember at that time like telling Catfish like this is ridiculous. Like, but I feel like now hearing your side of the story, it just stands out to me a lot more how ridiculous it was. And just what a bad reason that was to fucking dead a friendship and to publicly go after somebody. It just doesn't really seem.
And I was young, I was like 23.
Yeah.
Like, and I really, I went in my shell for a long time because of him. And I probably will have trust issues the rest of my life. Like, I not many people, I don't have like a real family. Not many people I've ever loved deeply. And he's been one of them.
It wasn't that deep.
Oh my God.
I think we gotta leave it to the comment section.
Thank God.
And they can weigh in on what they think transpired
You
here.
guys
and
follow
who's
me
in the
on
wrong.
Instagram at KIMKARDASIHIAN. My new song is dropping tomorrow.
Catfish versus Thug, right?
Catfish versus Thug, yeah.
R.I.P. to the Thug.
R.I.P. to the Thug. Well, I also brought some.
Jacker.
I also brought some. I brought some special.
Swagger for a minute.
I brought some special guests here too that need to be interviewed. There's a big controversy, internet controversy going on today.
What are you talking about?
One of my friends may have taken a YouTuber's child scooter, an 8-year-old scooter at a motocross
How are we
event,
going there right now?
And the YouTuber.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably just.
This is
stay
good.
on
That's going to be
topic.
way more interesting than the last hour of everybody's life.
I don't know. I think you're really underestimating what just occurred.
I mean,
I feel like some significant percentage of the audience is going to really relate to this motherfucker.
and they don't. A lot of them don't know the whole story. But at the end of the day, it's like people.
You want to talk
people
Vegas?
It was really on
feel
you to
people,
provide the defense, I think.
You know, and that's the thing. People, people fall out, friends fall out, and like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. He did some fucked up shit. Maybe I did some fucked up shit to him too, and that's even better.
We got a maybe.
See, well, there you go. And then maybe
No one's ever got that before.
Well, there you go. And then we can go our
Holy
separate
shit.
ways, and we never cross paths again.
Wow.
Maybe.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, there's still plenty more to go on. You mentioned the whole Vegas, me going to Vegas.
Well, that was just part of the list that we have, where you left you're riding across the country and you stop your ride to fly to Vegas for a couple days.
But then you restarted the ride afterwards.
But
right?
then had no money because you'd spent your money.
You know how cheap it is to go from Dallas to Vegas? It's $60 round trip.
I'm not.
How did you know what I had or didn't have? Was you there?
We saw it all, Bizzle.
I'm sure. Are you God?
I'm not, Bizzle. You are.
All right.
Did this go where you thought it was gonna go?
No.
I didn't either. I didn't think so.
A lot of people wanted me to fuck you up.
That would be.
I thought there was going to be more anger and less raw
I
emotions.
literally came in
I
here
just
like
wanted
I
to tell
wanted
them
to. I really.
truth.
I respect
was
the way
so mad.
you handled it. You were real and you were open, and Catfish was pretty reserved.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. You've been talking so much shit on the internet about what you're going to do to me, and I'm glad that we were able to
But
come
he
here
seems so ready to get past all the much worse shit that you put on him. And from a much larger platform, let's be fair.
I mean, that's
Well,
that's relative.
I
what you're
needed
saying.
to say this to him because, like, I have no way to talk to him. So I needed to say this. because it was weighed on me a lot.
Well, there you go. Mission accomplished, Adam.
Damn.
We did it.
Heavy.
We broke the internet.
Did
Honestly,
we?
this might actually be able to help me move forward and get a little bit, moving faster on my music and shit.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think for sure we'll put a SoundCloud link or whatever you want in the description so they can check it out.
Thank you.
And I suppose we'll put a SoundCloud link to your incredible catalog as well.
You could play. We have one song together.
Yeah.
You can play that.
And I'll give it to him, like, even though I don't know if it's an act or not, him saying, I'm incredible and got talent, but I mean, it is
I've
undeniable.
said that. I have messages from
That's a
when
lot
we
of
hung
things, like,
out. I really believed in you. That's the other thing that why I honestly believed in you. Why I got let down, because I believed in you. You put work in the studio.
Well, hopefully
you fucked up the BMX
hopefully I
ride.
won't let you down in the future.
Well, let's hope.
But yeah, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
You guys should just kiss and let's
Good things will come
end the
from
show.
this.
I wanted to do skibidi bop a doo bop a doo ba doo boo at the beginning of it, but I forgot.
That used to be the intro.
And
Wow.
one thing I wanted to say, I forgot. I had a couple of shout outs.
Okay.
My boy Chris Chow, he is a Navy man. He's been in the Navy for probably like 5-6 years. Like, I ain't seen him in a while. He's been stationed in Japan for 4.5 years, and he told me that, like, you're his shit. Like,
Really?
he has to download them all,
Hell yeah.
and then they'll watch them on the boat. He says he's got like 20 episodes downloaded, and that's all they watch, and they love it. Like, it gets them by.
Fuck,
So,
man.
like,
That's
he,
awesome.
he told me that the boys would go ape shit on the boat. They'd be watching.
Hell
So
yeah. Shout out to the Japanese, well, not the Japanese soldiers, but fuck them.
our Navy men in Japan
There
waters.
you go. Much better.
And then I got
Did you just
one.
say fuck the Japanese?
Well, generally speaking,
Jesus.
I'm rooting for our army overall. I don't know if they're at war or anything.
And then another one
I recall some stuff that occurred.
is my boy in Mount Vernon, New York. He's Bedrock Records, Flintstone Productions. He used to work with Motown back in the day, old school legend. He's helped me, tons of youth. He's really good, like, for the community. He loves people. And he told me a couple of weeks ago that he's going to be running for the 16th Congressional District for New York City, 2024 Democratic ticket, Reggie Huggins. And I'm not even a person that, like, votes. I don't like that shit. Like, I'm anti-government, but I know Reggie. And he loves, like, everybody. He wants to help people. He don't care about money. Like, he's done so much for me that I should have paid him. And if I tried to pay him, he wouldn't have taken money. So, like, I got to shout out Reggie Huggins. Vote for his ass if you're in New York, 2024 congressman.
That might be the best shout out anybody's ever done on here.
Because I believe in him.
Congressional candidate.
I believe him. He told me, he said all he wants to do is make stuff change. He said he's tired of seeing people out here hurting. He said he's tired of seeing me hurting.
Some people might say that you're the Reggie Huggins of this office right now.
I wish, man. My heart ain't as pure as his.
Shout out,
I
Reggie.
got a lot of darkness.
I was thinking about how awkward it would be if you had an enemy named Reggie and he died, and then you had to be smoking Reggie.
I miss that brick weed back in the day. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie, man. Someone showed me a picture of some brick weed, and I was like, "Yo, that's from what, 2007?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's when it started."
All the old pictures of me with
Disappearing.
weed, I'm like, oh my God, it looks terrible. But thank God the cameras were shit too, so you couldn't really.
I remember the first
Fire mids.
The first big amount I had bought at the time when I was like 18, I got 2 ounces of some brick weed. Went to the hood, picked it up, rolling out. This damn cop pulls out, starts following us. I was like, we're done. We're driving slow, following the rules. I see a baseball field. I was like, yo, pull over. Pulled over, hopped out. Walked onto the baseball field. There just so happened to be a baseball on the field, and we just started tossing that bitch back and forth. He parked next to our shit, watched us for like an hour, and then drove off.
That's tight.
That's how you do it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
how you do it.
That's a good story. I like that, yeah.
I ain't going to jail. No siree. No siree.
Shout out Bizzle. Shout out Catfish. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Love you
Oh,
guys.
that's what I was trying to say before I got so much brain damage. That carbon monoxide from the RV really did numbers on me.
Did it really?
Hell yeah. And
Did you know that Biz went there and like took a photo holding the pipe that you used to pump the carbon dioxide through?
No, but that sounds like Biz.
Monoxide.
But that was after the suicide attempt?
Yeah.
He just happened to be riding his bike by, and no, I think we knew about it because of that.
Yeah. It was
Because it was in the paper.
Yeah. They had my shit on the paper.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And then that's a good story too. Because when I woke up, because they had to bring my ass back to life, when I woke up, they got me locked up to the bed and shit. And I already knew because I've been in and out the asylums, in and out. So I knew, I was like, they're going to keep my ass. So then, after they've made sure I'm stable, they take me in the ambulance, take me to where they're going to drop me off at the psychiatric facility. And I knew I was not, I was ready to fight both of those fucking EMTs. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I was going to beat their ass if it came to it. Like, because they can keep you forever. They was not going to. Right. So we getting out the shit, and it locks up on them. So they both go behind me and trying to fuck with the wheel. I said, "Ping!" Hopped out. I had a fucked up foot. I had a broken foot for like 2 months. I was running, hopping over walls, all sorts of shit. Like I had like Superman strength from the adrenaline. I showed up at Gootler's front yard. I got nothing but underwear on. He's out there having fun in his front yard thinking I'm dead. And I show up like, I need some clothes. And he hides me away. I fly to Hawaii the very next day. No one knew I was alive for like 2 years. Only like 5 people knew I was alive.
Well, we all knew, right?
Maybe. It was probably speculation.
We knew you tried to get
Biz
something,
knew.
but we knew
Biz keeps a good tab on you.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do love Biz. He specifically said not to bring him into this. So I don't know if we fucked up, but everyone loves Biz.
Biz is a great guy.
You just don't want
They
drama.
thought when Biz got here today, they thought Biz was Bizzle.
Because I had warned the security, like, hey, there's this guy Bizzle. We're going to want to keep him away from Catfish until we get on camera. And then Biz shows up, and they're thinking that's Bizzle. And so they're, like, keeping Biz, like, isolated on the other side.
I texted him, like, where are you at? He's like, they're keeping me on the other side of the building. God.
Well, that's good. That's a new memory we'll have forever.
For sure. This is a memory I will have forever. I think I will think about this when I'm 80.
I hope so.
I think you'll think about this when you're masturbating.
Dog, I laughed so hard because I really love Pornhub. Like, I will never forget. I don't remember when it was, but I remember I just went up there and your ass was on the front page and I died. I was like, no way.
You watched it?
I did. And then she licked your ass and I was like, I'm out.
Well, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like, it ain't never happened to me, but me personally, I ain't trying to watch it.
Right.
You know, like,
I think you'd love it. I feel like you're the kind of guy who would like getting your ass eaten.
maybe, but I ain't trying to watch nobody get their ass ate.
That's fair. I'll keep that in mind.
I got a sensitive stomach. I remember at Nord Cup, you was in there, you was slaying motherfuckers in the glass shower room.
Bro, I always mention this because that was the first time I ever did any kind of sex shit on camera. Was my fucking Snapchat that night after Nord Cup was like me having the threesome with these 2 chicks off the Zans. Oh, and you motherfucker. I just remember that you are the one who you gave me.
Yes.
You gave me a Klonopin. You gave me like 2 Klonopin and told me that they were like Adderall.
Not me.
And you gave it to one of our friends who was supposed to ride in that contest, and he thought he was getting an Adderall, and he got a Klonopin.
We're thinking we're going to be off Adderall for the day, and instead we're off Klonopins, fucking asleep in the van.
Trying to ride. Imagine trying to ride on
Bro,
Klonopin.
I swear you gave me 2 Klonopins.
No, it wasn't me. I promise.
Honestly, like that is the kind of drug that would make me completely misremember what happened throughout the entire course of the day. So I will give you that, but that is how I remember it.
At that time, if anything, I would have gave you blow, and I definitely wouldn't have gave you blow unless you gave me money.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yeah,
yeah. Nothing's for free.
Yeah, but no, I just really love blow at the time.
All right, but so Bizzle, thank you so much for coming in.
No, man,
it's been great. And everybody, feel free to tap in. We'll have his information in the description. Catfish as well.
Follow his music.
If you want to tell Catfish,
can I fight you in the parking lot?
Can you fight me?
I want to fight you in the parking lot.
If you can fight him, then you can fight me.
Yeah, that's a great point.
We
I think
the
way
same
more
damn
reason to
size.
fight him.
Adam, I almost fought
We
one
both out
time.
of shape. We both got dad bods. Come on now. We the same height.
Maybe I'll just fight both of you.
I think you and him
you
fighting is a
ain't
good
that
idea.
out of shape. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I'll just roll with it. Yeah. I'm still working on graduating out of dad bod.
All right. Thanks to everybody for watching this. If you're still watching, I'm sorry.
Thank you to Bizzle. Thank you to Catfish. No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know for sure. Comment. Let us know how this went from your perspective, because that was something.